What's up, everybody? Welcome to McFarland's Corner. I'm Mike McFarland, the Lake Fork fishing guide, owner of McFarland Fishing, and the guy who gives you all this free information right here in this public channel. We're going to give you a little rundown for Lake Fork. It's the end of the month. It's Halloween. Yeah, it is Halloween. So, am I playing a trick or am I giving you a treat? That's the question, right? Anyways, rare form. This afternoon we got good rain yesterday, changed the lake. Everything was really dry in these parts. In fact, it was so dry that just about everything I did in my property was dusty. And I mean, you get on any kind of machine and it's dusty, and they needed the rain. With that being said, here's what happened to the lake level. So as of last Thursday when I talked, we were 400.67, and that was 2 foot 3 inches below full pool, let's call it, okay? As of Monday, 400.62, and really kind of a super slow fall, but then overnight, almost an inch, a good inch or more, which is amazing with as dry as it was, as low as all the ponds. We got, as low as all the ponds are around the lake, a lot of times those have to fill up first, and then you get the creeks recaptivated with water and it gets to the lake. But we must have really got some good rain around the lake. I slept through it. 0 to 2 foot clarity. Go up where the water flooded in, and you probably have some dirtier water. But potentially, guys, that can be really good right this time of year. It's still fresh water. It's cooler water. Anytime late summer, early fall, mid-fall, those first rains, that's the key. The first time you have a lake kind of change at the end of summer, those fish can really go up there and use that fresh water. Especially catfish and predators like, carp and catfish and even crappie and stuff will go up there and eat a lot of those bugs and the insects, especially white bass. I meant to say a lot of white bass run up those currents. So, but anyways, for Fork, the largemouths don't necessarily go running up there, but you will see dirtier water. And then the more south, main lake, 2 foot visibility. Temperatures holding right around the upper 60, 68, 70 degrees. I don't expect that to last very long with the weather outlook, which is what we're going to give you right now. It's kind of just a generalization of what's going to maybe or maybe not happen over the next few days, certainly over the weekend while you're here. We basically, the next 3 days, we're into 65, 70 degrees. We even kind of warm up to low 80, 70, 80, 70 low, 82 high on Sunday. Really, tomorrow, Friday, looks good. The weekend is 50-50%. And anytime that's that type of thunderstorm prediction, who knows? It's a 50-50. The 10-day outlook looks pretty good. It looks like we might have some more rain Monday and potentially some severe thunderstorms, which is, again, typical for this time of year, and we need it. But the 10-day outlook looks pretty stable temperature-wise. And keep in mind, I'm going to start talking about this each week or each report. Not so much what the weather is, the storms and things, but the temperatures, because the temperatures are what affect us the most fishing. And so temperature-wise, we still, today we're 57 and 75. 10 days from now, we're 53 and 72. Okay, with no dramatic anything in the middle. Temperature-wise, we're going to be good. All right. With that being said, the lake is fishing really well. There's basically 2 or 3 different ways you can approach the lake. Find vegetation. Just go find the shallow vegetation. If you're on the east side, go way up the Oilwell Bay, Coffee Creek, Running Creek, Glade. If you're on the west side, you really want to stay true to the west side. You can go way up in Birch, go way up in Elm, go way up in Lake Fork Creek for that matter. Get up there in McGee Bay, Camp Creek area and find that vegetation. There is vegetation. There's also some vegetation in Dale Creek and a few other places, Mid-Lake, the back of Williams, the back of Little Mustang. The key is you do want to find that vegetation and fish the edges of that vegetation. And now with the lake rising, I would fish up on top of that vegetation. An inch or so in Lake Fork is a lot. It's a lot of water. Should make some pretty good change and give some pocket water behind some of that vegetation. And those fish will go right up in at this time of year. Great tips. They love the shallow waters and these temperatures. So, you're going to fish vegetation. Wacky worms, frogs, swim jigs, however you like to fish vegetation. Go out there and fish, find some fish. And I think you'll be surprised at how well this fall bite can be right now with where we're sitting for November. And the other thing is spinner baits, crankbaits. Those are always good search baits. Never go wrong with those. Mainly points, secondary points. Look for birds. Look for the what is bait. That's going to be your key for that. A lot through the wood, a lot through the timber. Go also be prepared with the top water. We've been throwing top water for quite some time now. I told you about this. I kind of snuck this in the last public video. The a walking top water bait in the fall is excellent. But have a feather behind it. In the fall is a great time for a feather. And then the docks. Pitching and flipping the docks with whatever your favorite baits are. Remember, some days the fish want it on the bottom, so you want a jig or you want a Texas Free Creature bait pegged, so that bait's hitting the bottom of the posts and the stumps. And then some days they may not. They may be suspending up on those columns, and you're better off to throw something weightless. Skip something weightless, like a weightless fluke or a wacky worm or a. My dad loved a Cinco. Chuck a Cinco up underneath those docks and watch what happens. Seems like browns and purples are the best colors. And guys, that's my public fishing report for Lake Fork. I'm going to give you some crappie information in just a minute. If you want more bass information, you want some details, you want the exact locations, you want the exact colors, the exact baits that we're catching fish on currently. We've gone through the trials and tribulations for you. You want to know exactly what to be using, what's working the best, and what part of the lake's the best. You're invited to subscribe to my members only channel. It's right now. Okay, look in the description below the video. You'll see there's a description and there'll be links. There's a links for Let's Talk Fishing. There's a links for members only. Members only is first upgrade, much more details, fishing reports for Fork and multiple other lakes. Okay, we do Ray Hubbard, Possum Kingdom, Lavon, Tawakoni, Palestine, Athens, Bodark, Welsh, Hawkins, and more. So if you want more information, other lakes, subscribe to my members only channel. You want to learn more about just being a fisherman, then choose the Let's Talk Fishing channel. There's over 85 videos in that archive that are not fishing reports. They're fishing lessons. Okay, whether it be knots or crankbaits or Alabama rigs or finding structure or using the wind or whatever. There's 85 videos, probably over 80 hours, because most videos about 45 minutes. 80 hours of material there. Let's Talk Fishing. Subscribe. Come on and be on the channel with us. All right, let's go. Jackie Wiggins gives us crappie on Lake Fork and catfish. And the latest one is as good as always is. The crappie fishing on Lake Fork's phenomenal. Early winter months, we're really rolling into those. We have fishing depths of 14 foot to 58 foot. You can find crappie almost anywhere in the lake. Right now, they really are loaded up and a little everywhere. They're seeing fish, black crappie grouped in big numbers. They're seeing huge schools of white crappie. This lake is just full of crappie. Always, yes, it's about the timber. A lot of times it's the pole timber. And the same thing, those bodark trees. Those are the ones that still have all the pinnages to, or all the arms to them, those bodark trees. They'll really get into those. They'll start to get on some of the bridges too as they migrate. And then, of course, minnows continue to be the best bait. They have had some luck on hand-tied jigs, but minnows are still the dominant bait. Jackie's one of those guys that really likes to use the artificial, but when it's summer and you get out of those summer months and stuff, they key in so much on that minnow bite, it's hard to catch them without a minnow. For catfish, there's so many catfish around 20, 25 foot in timber, it's unbelievable. You can just about fish anywhere you want. Key, anywhere you want. The key is just drop some cattle cubes or sour green in that area. Be in the 20 to 25 foot range. Round timber, preferably a creek swing or a bend, the mouth of a creek. Drop 5 pounds of cattle cubes or sour green in an area and you'll be catching fish within 30 minutes. Just use prepared tub bait, so you're not using anything expensive. Don't use high dollar night crawlers or anything like that. But they're catching consistently 50 catfish in just a few hours. 100 keepers or so the other day in 4 hours. That's crazy, crazy good catfishing if you like them catfish. All right. That's it, guys. Big shout out to all the sponsors, J. Hodge Chevrolet, Texas Insider Fishing Report, and the whole crew. The board here's got so much on it right today. I'm just baffled. Bass Assassin, Power Pole, Skeeter, Yamaha, Tackle Co-op. Check those guys out. Rick Cruz. Big shout out to a friend of mine, Rick Cruz, and the DFW fishing reports and things like that he does. all people, all the influencers that he videos and shares with. Big shout out to everybody that supports us. Okay, thank you so much, and that means you too. Thank you so much for your subscription. Have a great day. Have a great week. Catch some good fish. Hit the like button if you found this good. Comment below. And God bless.